So 4th and 5th graders, now that we've watched the video, we are ready to create By the Light of the Moon's art project. What we're going to do is we're going to be looking at those worksheets on my page, and you're going to follow along to draw different instruments and animals. I like to start with the instrument, so looking at that worksheet, I'm going to now draw a guitar. I'm going to look back and forth between my computer and the worksheet, so you're going to have to open up another browser and probably pause the video as you draw and get my instrument drawn. So I'm going to speed up the video as I draw a guitar with pencil. Now that I have my instrument drawn, I'm ready to add an animal. I think I'm going to go with a frog, but boys and girls, keep in mind when you're making your art, you have the choice of any instrument or any animal you'd like. You just need to follow the step-by-step directions on the worksheets. So when I'm drawing my frog, you all know that I like to start with eyes. So I'm going to start with an eye right here, off to the side there, and then I'm going to work around it. I'll speed up the video as I draw my frog, and I'm making sure that I'm trying to make it nice and big so it matches this large guitar. Done playing the guitar, I added some music notes and he's sitting on a lily pad. I'm ready to create some depth or add a foreground, middle ground, and background. There is a worksheet on my page with different ideas of things you can add for your details there. One thing I do definitely want to add in the background here is the moon, because these animals are singing with the moon. So I can use a glass to trace to make sure that it's perfectly circle if I want. It can stick off the side of my page. You might want to use pencil first so that way you don't get Sharpie on your family's glasses. I'm not worried about it. All of my dishes have some kind of art on them. So I have my moon added here, and I'm going to work on creating the swamp by adding those fun details. I'll speed up the video and we'll get to the fun part, coloring. When I'm coloring, I have a few choices. If we were in the art room, we would definitely be using watercolors for this. But if you don't happen to have watercolors at home, remember you can use the marker hack and paint with those, or what you can do, and this is what I'm going to do, is you are going to outline your leaves, your frog, whatever you want colored with a washable marker like a Crayola marker or rose art, whatever washable marker you may have. I'm just going to go in and outline the contour, which means around the outside, and then I can use a paintbrush or a Q-tip and water to spread that color out. So once I'm done tracing this, I'll show you exactly what that's going to look like. So I have a glass of water over here and a small paintbrush. Any paintbrush will work. What I can do is go in, and now I'm just going to spread that color out. You may remember this technique from last year or previous years in the art room. It's just a really simple way to give the illusion that you have painted something. It also is fun because it allows for a 3D effect, and markers are something that most of us have at home. If you happen to have watercolor, that would be great. You can use that paint palette in the same way. Instead of outlining though, I would just go in and fill in those spaces. So I'm going to work on getting my entire piece painted here. Oh, one more thing. Let's see. You can use gray or black. I think I have gray here. Just like in the kinder and first grade lesson, I can make the moon look more like a moon by using geometric shapes of circles. Fill this in here, big and little, to create those craters. I can trace around that contour like I did with those leaves. And I can also use the letter C. They can be forwards or backwards to create a realistic looking moon. All right, I'm gonna get this all colored and then show you the next step. Forgot to hit record, but I made it this far tracing the contour. Now I'm going back in and spreading the marker with water and a paintbrush. So I mostly have my painting complete here. You may have noticed that I left my background white for now. I'm gonna let everything dry on my page and then come back and color it with crayons. I could do it when it's wet, but I'd have to be extra careful for it not to rip. What I can also do once it's dry is I can go in with crayons and add other details on my plants if I want. I'm gonna feel, yep, that feels pretty good. The leaves there are dry, so I can come in and use a crayon and add some more details, maybe darken it or add some veins on those leaves. It's really up to me as an artist, but I think adding more details makes it look realistic. So we'll let this dry for about 20 minutes and then come back to finish it.